Okay, what's up, traders? So, this is live in effect from Colima, Mexico. This is the Mexico edition of my trade recap. Made it safely, man. Me and my family came out here, spent I think we're gonna be here for like 10 days, something like that, man. It's hot as fish grease out here. I ain't not lying to you, man. I'm sweating like a you know what. So, anyhow, man, we got to the house at like 7:30 West Coast time. And so I started looking, see if there was some plays out there, because you know me, I'm always looking. And by the way, if you hear all kind of noises, I apologize. I'm in my in-laws. I can't control the environment, so it is what it is. But so let's go ahead and look at what jumped off today. So by the time that I got to the house, um, I just looked like I would normally do pre-market, but it was already things. It was already the market was already open, so I was just kind of really reacting to what I was seeing at that point. And so I looked at the biggest movers. That's what I always do. I go to movers. So anyhow, I'm looking, and I see this one. This one had already perked and it already broken out. Now, what would my pre-market plan have been had I been able to trade this stock? It would have been simple. I would have said, okay, I'm buying this joker down here at 16 cents if it pulls back, and it's got a breakout that I wouldn't mind testing at 36. Okay, now the interesting thing about this breakout, which kind of something that makes me think twice, is it broke, right? It hit here, and then you know it pulled back, and then it went. On these small stocks like that, this pullback is almost a 15% loss, depending. So you got to be able to endure a little bit. Um, but another idea would be just to let these things break out, and then buy the first pullback of the breakout, and kind of be okay with that, and just let it go from there. You never know what it's going to do, but I don't know. It's food for thought. I have to look at how I want to play those, but this thing did it, man. It did it. It broke 36 and it ran up to 50. That's a lot. That's a huge gain for a stock that's ain't but 36 cents when you bought it. If you bought it at 36, 38, you're looking for 3 pennies for a 10% move. So let's say you got that's probably about a 30 to close to 40% win if you caught all of it, right? So again, it sets up. Now, I would have been willing to test this if it would pull back down to 26. It came to 28 and it bounced again. I'm always willing to buy the key breakout candle. This is it, the key breakout candle, but the volume was in this one. The biggest volume of the day was on this candle. So you could have challenged that area, and you see right here, price came into that area and it bounced a little bit, but it was weak. But I like that real candle. This is the one to me. Anyhow, it just didn't work out. Hey, such is life. And we move on. Okay, so then this one. I actually traded this one. Did not work out for me, and we'll see. It's the same concept. Okay, what would my pre-market plan have been? It would have been to buy this down here at 215 if you pull back, or test a breakout. I didn't get to test a breakout; it had already happened. So the only next best play at that point is to test the area where it broke out from if it comes back. Here's the breakout, but here's the big candle right here at 318 essentially. And at the time you can see where not VWAP, but the MA was. So it was legitimate opportunity. I put an order in at 315 to test this buying area that they've already proven and shown that they really wanted to buy here. It just was weak, and people can blame the market, you can blame coronavirus, you can all kind of stuff. The bottom line is this is a stock, no matter what market, that was acting as an intraday breakout. It had a lot of volatility and it was moving. And I like to buy key areas. This is a key area because the volume and the candle tells me that people want to buy here. I tested it at 315. It just didn't work. And you just got to live with that. I will take this trade a million times over and I'll be okay with the results. And so this one, it faded deeper. So, if this is what I hate about these big, long, large candles. It didn't provide a pivot. Like, let's say the pivot was right here. Then now I'll test this at like 280, 270, something like that. Because if you get it here and this bounce back up to 310, oh, that's a good play. That's a 10% win. Problem is if you get it here and it failed, Okay, now you're just trying to get out for like break evens, or a small loser as opposed to, walking out with a win. And then, so of course, what was the next best area? Right here. And I had an order in. It just didn't touch it. I had an order in at 215 and it came to 220 and then it ran to 260. And I would have loved to be a part of that. It just didn't do it. And such is life. And so, you just got to kind of move on with it. Now, the next, what's up, Camille? Yeah, put your flip flops on. The next stock we're gonna look at is AYTU. This one has some good volume, and it would have been a perfect setup. Just one thing was the issue, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So, boom, 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 boom. This one, okay. I absolutely would have loved this candle to happen at the open. I wouldn't have been able to see it anyway because I wasn't here for the open. But this is the quintessential dip buy panic morning play. And what's going on is, you see here's the buy area. Came into here, it failed miserably, but it was all pre-market, and then it opened and it never came back. I had an order in at 135. I would have loved for this to pull back here, test it, and bounce. Just never happened. So, at the end of the day, it was kind of interesting day. The market, so to speak, man. If you remember the video that I made, if you watched it, I made a video yesterday. Let me go to the daily, showing you guys. I drew some fibs for you to understand. Like when something is true blue bearish, right? And this is why everybody is concerned. So let's go to the SPY again. Remember I told you guys, once this thing breaches the box, it's a wrap. Okay, and my internet may be a little slow because I'm out. But look, we still haven't got the cross on the 200 yet. But remember this box I drew? I said that once it gets beyond this box, it's gonna look ugly. Look at this. It got beyond the box, and boom, it's all the way down here. Okay, so that's a there's going to be more. So people want to know, well, where is it going? So it's so bad right now. You got to go all the way out to the monthly to be able to see everything. But I'll be able to show you locations. Okay, this is a pos 230 is a legitimate location of where this thing may run because we see all this buying pressure right here. So anywhere between the 240s, 230s. If it moves even further down here, this is the first level of support at 213ish. And then, of course, down here in the 180. So ain't no telling. And really, here's what I think is going to happen. It's going to touch this here 200 MA. That's what I really believe is going to happen. We just got to give it time. So, this is why everybody is in a panic, because that they not, look at what they've been seeing all this time. And you got these huge red candles. These big red candles. So the Dow Jones. Again, I probably should do this stuff in the beginning because some people don't get to see this because everybody doesn't have watch the full video. But man, you can see some key things popping off, and I think I'm gonna actually start doing that at the beginning. In fact, I'm gonna edit this film. It's gonna kind of seem weird. I'm gonna edit this film. I'm gonna take this clip of me covering the market and just kind of pull it over so you can see it. But anyhow, look at this, man. So this one is next. It's not got far to go to breach this box. If it cannot recover by the time that this box is breached, just understand there's going to be some more red going in. But even in all this bearishness, we just saw two stocks break out, and really DSS gave you a true opportunity to really make some play. So there's a ton of people who are making a ton of money, both long and short. And let's not forget, look at this. Remember that 20 crossing of the 200, that's they call that the death kiss. Once that happens, you're gonna see some bearishness. So, hey, we're gonna let it all play out, and kind of is what it is. So again, I'm gonna do some editing and I'm gonna move these clips around. I'm gonna move the market breakdown in general to the front. And then I'll do my, that's my mother-in-law. Sorry about that. I'm at her house, so she can do as you will. But yeah. So I will. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna move some things around. I want people to see this at the beginning, so they can see why people are panicked. I can show you these things on the chart and what that means and how it can cause complications in people's trading. But again, we've seen opportunities, man. It's opportunities. Okay, so tomorrow when I do my recap, hopefully, not even hopefully, we're just gonna plan to do this. I'm gonna do it over some tequila because I'm gonna be celebrating a nice win and then just talking about the market in general. All right, let me get this rendering and editing and all the things that I got to do, and then we'll tap back in.